Sarah, what are you doing? The funeral's over.
I'm thanking everyone who came to the funeral.
You're still greeting people? Most of them have already left.
There are still a few guests sharing memories of your husband. I think it's important to acknowledge them.
That's unnecessary. We have more important things to deal with.
What could be more important right now? We just laid your husband to rest.
Practical matters don't stop for grief. There are arrangements to be made.
The funeral is over, so what else needs to be done?
The house, finances, belongings.
I can help with that over the next few days. We're all tired today.
Obviously, we need to talk about what happens next with living arrangements.
I don't understand. Nothing has to change immediately.
I want to end our relationship.
What?
Our living arrangement. It's time for it to end.
You want me to move out?
You've only been here because of my husband. He is dead. I want you to leave ASAP.
Wait a minute. This is James's home too. We're married. We live here together.
James can stay, of course. He's my son. You're the one who needs to go.
Why?
You were only kept in this house as my husband's caregiver.
Is that really how you see me?
What else would you be? You moved in when he got sick, and now he's gone.
I moved in because James and I got married.
You were convenient to have around for that purpose, nothing more.
Wow, I always knew you were cold towards me, but I never expected you to say something like this.
I was practical. I tolerated your presence because you served a purpose.
Tolerated? I've been a part of this family for over a decade.
Why are you so angry? Did you seriously think you could continue living in our house?
Of course! I'm your son's wife. This is our home too.
This has always been my house. You were just a guest with an extended stay. I never considered you family. There's no point keeping a stranger in my home.
A stranger? How can you say that after all this time?
Time doesn't make you family. You were always just the help.
I've been a part of this family for years. I've been caring for your husband for 10 years. And now that he's gone, you're kicking me out?
Yes, your services are no longer required.
I wasn't providing services. I was caring for my father-in-law because I loved him.
Don't be dramatic. You did what was expected of you. You were just the caregiver. My husband is gone, so divorce my son and get out.
Divorce James? No way!
Why not? Your purpose here is fulfilled.
Our marriage has nothing to do with me taking care of his father. James and I love each other.
James only sees you as a housekeeper.
You don't know anything about our relationship.
I know my son. He needed someone to care for his father, and you fit the role.
That's not true.
Has he ever said he loves you? Really said it like he means it?
Every day.
Your self-esteem is ridiculously high. My son is an executive at a major financial firm. Someone like him wouldn't seriously marry someone like you.
What's that supposed to mean?
You know exactly what I mean. You have no career, no education, no family connections. What could you possibly offer him?
I offer him love, support, and partnership. That's what marriage is about.
In the real world, marriage is about suitable matches.
But we are married.
That's because he needed a housekeeper. Maybe if you were beautiful and capable like Mia, but not you.
So that's what this is about. You're comparing me to her again.
There's no comparison. Mia is everything a daughter-in-law should be.
You've always favored Mia, haven't you?
Of course. I was so happy when such a wonderful woman married Kevin. I genuinely wanted to live with Mia. Having someone like you as my son's wife has been embarrassing in front of the neighbors.
You're concerned about what they think?
Of course, and you've been a stain on our family's reputation.
That's not true.
It is. You might not have noticed because you've been living in your own little bubble.
The neighbors have always been kind to me. Several of them attended the funeral.
They were just being polite. It's reality. I'm just being honest with you now that there's no reason to pretend anymore.
I never knew you harbored such resentment toward me.
Now you know. Anyway, our relationship ends here, so you don't need to come back. Go to the courthouse and get divorce papers now.
I need to talk to James about this.
He'll agree with me. Why wouldn't he?
James isn't like you. He doesn't see people as tools to be used and discarded.
We'll see about that. You'll see I'm right.
James, where are you?
I'm talking with my uncle. We're reminiscing about Dad.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Is it a good time to talk?
We're just sharing some old stories. What's going on? Are you okay?
Not really. Can we text privately for a moment?
Of course. Is something wrong?
I've been taking care of your dad for so long.
I know. Dad meant so much to both of us.
Every day for 10 years, I had a purpose to make his life better.
I'm sorry for putting all that burden on you.
Don't apologize.
But you gave up so much, your career plans, your free time, everything.
It's okay. You were busy with work and I wasn't doing anything else.
That's not true. You had your own dreams before Dad got sick.
Taking care of him became my new dream.
Dad was so grateful to you. Even right before he passed, he was trying to express his gratitude to you.
He did?
Yes. When I was alone with him that last day, he squeezed my hand and whispered your name. Then he said, "Thank you," so clearly.
That's all I needed to hear. I just wish we had more time to make memories together.
He knew how much you cared. That meant everything to him.
I hope so. I tried to make every day count.
I feel the same way. So why did you text?
Your mom just contacted me. She told me to get out.
What?
Right after the funeral, she texted me and told me to leave the house.
Are you serious?
Yes, just now. She said my purpose in this house is over. She said I was only kept in the house as a caregiver. Now that that role is over, she wants me gone.
That's absurd! How could she say something like that?
She was very clear about it. She said she never considered me family. I was shocked too. She even told me to divorce you. She said you only married me because you needed someone to take care of your father. That now his care is over, our marriage should end too.
That's ridiculous.
I know it's not true, but hearing her say those things still hurt.
I'm so sorry, Sarah. I knew my mother was cold, but this is beyond what I expected.
I wasn't sure what to do, so I texted you.
You're my wife. This is our home together. She has no right to tell you to leave. You know what we should do?
Move out?
Yes, I just stayed for Dad's sake. Now there's no reason to put up with her behavior anymore.
Can I have one more conversation with your mom first?
Why would you want that?
I just need closure.
It won't help. Nothing gets through to her.
This is for me. I need to stand up for myself one last time.
That's fine. Call me right after you talk to her, okay? I want to make sure you're all right.
I will. I love you.
Love you too.
Eleanor, can we talk?
Are you going to beg me to let you stay?
I'm not here to beg. I want to understand something that's bothered me for years.
Just pack your things and go.
Why have you always hated me so much?
I simply find you unsuitable.
That's not true. You've actively tried to make me feel unwelcome. What was your problem with me?
You want honesty? Fine.
Yes, after 10 years, I deserve at least that much.
Isn't it obvious? My problem was that you were my eldest son's wife.
What's wrong with me being his wife?
Everything! Look at you. No ambition, no family connections, no special talents. What could you possibly offer my son?
I offered him love and support. I took care of his father when no one else could.
Both my sons graduated from top universities and work for prestigious companies. Sons like that deserve suitable wives.
Is that all you think a wife should be?
A wife should enhance her husband's status, not diminish it. You've never understood that.
Why are you so obsessed with that?
So I can brag to the neighbors, of course.
Are you serious?
Completely. Do you know how embarrassing it's been to introduce you as my daughter-in-law? People always look confused, wondering what James saw in you.
I don't believe that. People have always been kind to me.
To your face, perhaps. Behind your back, they pity James. At the very least, you could handle the housework and care for my husband. That's the only reason I agreed to live with you, but I'm glad you'll finally be gone. 2 embarrassments leaving at once.
2? Who's the other one?
My husband, of course.
What? Your husband just died!
Which means I can finally speak the truth. He was never what I wanted in a husband. I wanted someone ambitious, someone who would rise to the top. Instead, I got a man content with mediocrity. Thankfully, my sons turned out successful, but I wanted to leave that man long ago. Instead, he got sick and became bedridden. He was nothing but trouble from beginning to end.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. He devoted his life to you and this family.
Devotion doesn't equal success. He was weak, settling for an ordinary life.
Don't talk about him like that. He did everything he could for this family. His health issues weren't his fault.
Of course they were. If he had taken better care of himself, he wouldn't have deteriorated so quickly.
That's cruel. No one chooses to become ill.
Life is cruel. I'm simply acknowledging reality.
He was a kind, loving man who adored you despite how you treated him. Do you really think James will stay here with you after how you've treated me? After what you've said about his father?
Of course he will. Blood is thicker than water. You'll realize I was right all along.
You don't know your son at all if you believe that.
I raised him. I know him better than anyone.
So that's how you truly feel?
Yes. Any objections?
No, I have no objections. It's clearly impossible for us to understand each other.
Finally, you understand something.
I understand that you're a bitter woman who values appearances over genuine connections.
So you'll leave then?
Yes, I will.
See, I knew you'd give up eventually.
I'm not giving up. I'm choosing to remove myself from a toxic situation.
Call it whatever you want. Just get out of my house. Pack your things and get out of my house immediately.
I can't leave immediately, but I'll stay only until I'm ready to move.
And how long will that take? I want you gone by tomorrow.
That's not reasonable, and you know it. I need time to find a new place.
Fine, you have 1 month.
That seems fair. I'll start looking right away.
The sooner the better. I want to reclaim my home.
Understood. I'll be moving to the high-rise.
What?
The luxury apartments across the street. That's where I'll be moving.
You're lying. You could never afford a place like that.
I've already spoken with the leasing office.
Impossible. Those apartments cost a fortune. You're bluffing to save face.
Believe what you want. You'll see soon enough.
This conversation is over. I never want to see you again.
The feeling is mutual, Eleanor.
You really moved into the high-rise?
Hello to you too, Eleanor. How did you get my new number? I blocked your old one.
James gave it to me. Answer my question.
How did you know?
It's right across from here. I can see you coming and going.
You've been watching me?
I happened to notice you entering that building several times. At first, I thought you were visiting someone.
Nope, I live there now. Top floor, corner unit with the balcony.
That's impossible. Those units cost a fortune. There's no way you could afford a place like that.
Why does it matter to you where I live?
Because it makes no sense. You can't just move into the most expensive building in town.
And yet, that's exactly what I did. We actually have a solid income source, so we can afford to live here.
Stop talking in riddles. What income source?
I'm surprised you never asked yourself where your husband's money went.
What? He didn't leave anything except this house.
That's what you thought, but your husband was much smarter with money than you gave him credit for.
What are you implying?
I inherited your husband's estate.
What? He didn't have an estate. He had a modest pension and this house. That's all.
No, he had been saving money since he was working.
Savings? What savings? We never had much left after expenses.
That's because he was putting money aside without telling you. He knew you'd spend it on appearances. He put away a little each month from his very first paycheck. He called it his security fund.
That's ridiculous. I managed all our finances. I would have known.
He had a separate account you didn't know about. He opened it before you were married and kept it his whole life.
How much money are we talking about?
He was saving for emergencies. After he got sick, he invested that money to grow it.
Invested? My husband didn't know the first thing about investments.
Again, you underestimated him. He was quite savvy with money. After he became immobile, I managed the investments for him. It grew to quite a substantial amount. He gifted it all to me while he was still alive.
What? That's ridiculous! Why would an outsider like you get that money? Inheritance belongs to the family.
I was family to him. I was the one sitting by his bedside every day, reading to him, helping him with physical therapy, making sure he took his medications.
That was your duty as his caretaker. It doesn't entitle you to his money.
That's not true. There are rules that caregivers are entitled to inheritance too. I cared for him for 10 years, so I received a fair amount.
You're lying. So you really got that money?
Yes, every penny of it. He wanted me to have it as a thank you for the years of care.
How much are we talking about?
Enough to live comfortably in the high-rise for many years to come.
This can't be right.
It is right. It's what your husband wanted.
You must have manipulated him when he was vulnerable. He would never have chosen you over me. That money was meant for me.
The money was his to give to whomever he wanted, and he chose me.
You're lying. You manipulated my husband to steal his inheritance. Even if I let this slide, James won't.
James already knows. He's the one who helped set up the arrangements.
Impossible! He wouldn't betray me like that. I'm going to tell James about this right now. We'll sue you, so be prepared.
Go ahead. The paperwork is all in order, but you're making a huge mistake.
You'll regret this, Sarah.
No, Eleanor, you'll regret how you've treated me and your husband all these years.
James, something terrible has happened.
What is it now?
You won't believe what your wife has done. She's betrayed this entire family.
Mom, calm down. What are you talking about?
Did you know she moved into that expensive high-rise across the street?
Yes, of course I knew. I helped her move.
How could you support this? Do you know how she afforded it? Sarah has taken all of your father's inheritance. You and Kevin should discuss this and sue her.
Sue Sarah? For what exactly?
For stealing your father's money. Money that should have gone to you and your brother. Or at least to me. She claims your father left her money, enough to afford that luxury apartment. It might be hard to believe, but it's true. Sarah used that money to move into the high-rise across the street. This can't be allowed.
There's nothing to allow. Dad made his wishes clear.
You can't be serious. You're just going to let her take everything?
You've got it wrong. Kevin and I both knew about Sarah's inheritance, so there's no reason to sue.
What? You knew?
Of course. Did you think Dad would make such an important decision without discussing it with me?
But why would he leave everything to her? She's not even family.
Dad talked to us about the inheritance before he passed. He explained the concept of contribution credits.
Contribution credits?
It's a legal concept that recognizes the value of caregiving. Sarah devoted a decade of her life to caring for Dad.
That was her duty as his daughter-in-law.
It wasn't her duty. It was an act of love and compassion, something you wouldn't understand.
But for her to take so much money...
Did you ever once ask how much Dad had saved? Did you ever show any interest in his finances?
I didn't think he had anything worth asking about.
That's exactly the problem. You underestimated him in every way. Dad was much smarter with money than you. He started investing in his 30s and never stopped.
And he never told me?
He tried to, many times. You always dismissed him, saying finance was boring. Dad talked to us about the inheritance before he passed. Do you realize how much Sarah did for Dad? By the way, Kevin and I both waived our inheritance rights so Sarah could receive everything.
You did what?
We signed legal documents giving up our claims to Dad's estate.
Why would you do something so reckless?
Because Sarah deserved it. She gave up her career, her freedom, her youth to care for Dad. Money doesn't begin to repay that debt.
That doesn't entitle her to everything.
Both of us are grateful to Sarah for taking care of Dad. It's only natural.
Natural? There is nothing natural about this.
Dad left you the house. That was his choice.
The house? That's nothing compared to what she got.
The house is worth considerable money. If you're unhappy with it, you could always sell it.
And you're just fine with that? Your own father's money going to an outsider?
Sarah is not an outsider. She's my wife and the person who made Dad's final years bearable.
It's embarrassing to be played by a woman like her. Taking care of someone is just expected. She didn't deserve any money for it.
No one expected Sarah to devote a decade of her life to caring for Dad. That was her choice, made out of love.
Love? She did it to ingratiate herself with your father, knowing he had money hidden away.
So that's really what you thought.
Of course, I've always thought marrying her was a mistake. I'll choose your next wife for you, so don't interfere.
My next wife? What are you talking about?
Well, obviously you'll divorce Sarah now that you know what she's done.
Why would I divorce the woman I love? The woman who stood by my father when his own wife abandoned him.
I didn't abandon him.
You couldn't even be bothered to sit with him for an hour each day. You were too busy with your committees and social events. Don't be ridiculous. Sarah is the only wife for me. I would never divorce her.
But I told her to divorce you.
And you thought she'd listen to you after how you've treated her all these years?
I thought she'd see reason once I explained things clearly.
The only thing clear to me is how little you understand about love and loyalty. She has no reason to listen to you. And by the way, I'm moving into the high-rise with her.
What?
I'm moving in with my wife. We're starting fresh, away from this house and its painful memories.
What do you mean? You're leaving the house?
That's right. I would have preferred somewhere else, but Dad rented a workspace there a while back. We were unsure whether to cancel it, but since it's something Dad left behind, we decided to live there together.
But you're my son. You can't just abandon me.
I've been fed up with you for a long time.
What have I ever done except love you and want the best for you?
You've smothered me, criticized my choices, and treated my wife with contempt. You've been treating my precious Sarah coldly. I wanted to leave this house immediately, but Sarah stopped me.
Sarah stopped you?
She's always been more concerned about your welfare than you deserved.
Sarah really did that?
Yes, she said your health was declining and it would be pitiful to leave you alone. After Dad became bedridden, she was determined to care for him until the end, so she refused to leave. During that time, she was trying to improve her relationship with you, but you continued to disrespect her. I can't consider someone like you my parent anymore.
I'm still your mother.
A mother who's shown nothing but contempt for the woman I love?
I was just looking out for your best interests.
No, you were looking out for your own interests. We're cutting ties. I'm never coming back to this house.
You can't be serious.
This is your doing, Mom. You pushed away the people who cared about you most.
That can't be true. How am I supposed to live here by myself?
Figure it out on your own. It's not our concern anymore.
Please don't leave me alone.
You made your choice when you tried to drive Sarah away. Now you'll have to live with the consequences. Mom, we need to talk.
Well, after abandoning me, you're finally calling?
I just moved out of your house. There's a difference.
It's been 2 weeks and not even a visit. That's abandonment.
Have you considered that your behavior might be why no one wants to visit?
I've done nothing wrong. I'm the victim here.
This happened because you tried to kick Sarah out. Don't try to make us the bad guys.
She was just the caregiver. Her job was done.
She is my wife. How many times do I have to say this before you understand?
Fine. I've accepted that you chose her over your own mother.
I didn't choose anyone. You forced this situation by trying to make Sarah leave.
I have nothing to say to you. I'm going to have Kevin and Mia move in with me, and we'll be a happy family without you.
Is that why you've been calling Kevin 10 times a day?
I've been discussing living arrangements with him.
That's actually why I'm calling. Stop bothering Kevin and his wife.
Bothering them? I'm offering them a beautiful home rent-free. How is that bothering them?
They live 3 hours away. Kevin's job is there. Their friends are there. Their life is there. Kevin has been telling me that you keep contacting them, trying to get them to move back.
We've been having pleasant conversations about family matters.
That's not what Kevin says. He says you call at all hours, often waking their baby.
A few late calls, perhaps. It's not a big deal.
Didn't Kevin already refuse?
Not in those exact words.
What did he say when you asked him to move in with you?
He said it would be difficult right now with his current work situation.
That's a polite refusal, Mom. He's trying to spare your feelings. But it's obviously impossible. Kevin's job is too far from the house for a commute. It's simply not feasible, yet you keep contacting them. Mia says she can't stand hearing your voice anymore. Why are you pushing them to this point?
Mia said that about me, but we've always been so close.
Not according to Mia. She says you've always compared her to Sarah, using her to put Sarah down.
I was complimenting Mia.
By insulting Sarah, that's not a compliment, it's manipulation.
That wasn't my intention.
Intentions don't matter if the effect is harmful. Kevin and Mia have their own lives.
But I'm lonely. Is it so wrong to want my family around me?
If you hadn't driven us away, you wouldn't be in this situation.
You're blaming me again. How is this my fault?
Whether it was or not, stop contacting them. If you care about Kevin, try to understand his position. You must realize living together is impossible.
He could find a job here. There are plenty of opportunities.
That's not your decision to make. Kevin is happy in his current position.
Don't be ridiculous. I'm lonely.
Your loneliness is not Kevin's responsibility. Find friends your own age.
It's not the same as family.
No, but it's better than alienating what family you have left by constantly pressuring them. Just stop harassing Kevin. Do you want him to cut ties with you too?
He wouldn't do that. Kevin has always been the good son.
I was the good son too until you pushed me too far. Kevin's patience isn't infinite.
Are you threatening me?
I'm warning you. If you keep this up, you'll lose Kevin just like you lost me.
Fine, I'll stop calling them so often.
Don't call them at all about moving in. The answer is no, and it's not gonna change.
What am I supposed to do all alone in this big house?
That's for you to figure out. You made your bed, now lie in it.
How can you be so cruel to your own mother?
I learned from the best. Goodbye, Mom.
Sarah, I was wrong about everything. I apologize for everything I've done. Please come back home.
Eleanor?
Please, hear me out.
That's not happening.
I know I've been terrible to you. I see that now.
It's a bit late for this realization, isn't it?
It's never too late to admit when you're wrong. I've had time to reflect. I reflected on the bad things I did to you. Please forgive me.
Which bad things specifically?
Everything. The way I treated you from the beginning. I apologize.
An apology doesn't erase a decade of mistreatment, Eleanor.
I know, but it's a start. I'm truly sorry.
What brought on this sudden change of heart?
I've been alone in this house. It's given me time to think about my behavior.
Then you also need to apologize for stalking James outside our building and spreading rumors about us to the neighbors.
You knew about that?
The security guard mentioned an older woman watching our building. And 3 different neighbors have called to ask if you're okay because you've been saying strange things.
I didn't realize I was being so obvious.
Of course, these things inevitably reach my ears.
I'm sorry. I just felt like you stole James from me, and I couldn't accept it.
James made his own choice.
I see that now. I was being possessive.
The reason James cut ties with you is because of your own actions. Don't take it out on me.
I understand that now. By the way, I've been in poor health lately.
Is that so?
Yes, I've been having dizzy spells. Sometimes I fall and can't get up for hours.
Have you seen a doctor?
But they can't find anything specific. They say it's an age-related decline. My health has deteriorated to the point where I can't live alone anymore. I'm in the same situation your father-in-law was in. It took this for me to finally appreciate what you did. It's too late, I know, but you're the only one I can rely on now.
What exactly are you asking me to do?
I thought perhaps you could move back in, help take care of me like you did for my husband.
You want me to be your caregiver now?
You were so good at it, and we're still family despite everything.
I'm sorry, but you should go to a hospital for treatment, or hire a caregiver, or find some other solution.
But I can't afford a professional caregiver. The money I have barely covers my living expenses.
That's not my problem. You have options. Sell the house, move to a smaller place, use that money for care. We're no longer connected, remember? Those were your words.
But things are different now. I need help.
We have no legal or familial relationship anymore. Again, your choice.
But morally, you can't just leave me to suffer.
If you were truly in danger, I might consider helping.
I am in danger. I could fall again, hit my head. I could be on the floor for days.
No, I know you're perfectly healthy.
What? How could you possibly know that?
I bumped into your doctor at the grocery store last week. She mentioned she'd just given you a clean bill of health. And your neighbors told me about your gossip.
What gossip?
about how you're faking illness to get sympathy from James and Kevin. I still keep in touch with them, and we get along well. They tell me all about you.
Why would they tell you that?
Mrs. Chen across the street saw you jogging at 6 a.m. yesterday. Hardly the behavior of someone who falls and can't get up for hours.
She must have seen someone else.
She took a photo. Would you like me to send it to you?
That's an invasion of privacy.
Thanks to them, I'm well liked in the neighborhood. On the other hand, they all seem to dislike you.
That's not true.
It is. That's how I learned about your schemes.
You can't trust what they say.
They have no reason to lie. You, on the other hand, have a long history of manipulation.
Please, I'm begging you. How am I supposed to live alone from now on? I'm getting old, and it's becoming difficult to manage by myself.
That's not my concern. You kicked us out. You threw out the people who were taking care of you, so this is the consequence of your own actions.
Don't be so cold. I apologize for kicking you out.
It's too late for apologies. You made your position very clear.
Please, Sarah, I have no one else to turn to. Kevin won't even take my calls anymore.
I wonder why that might be. Of course, I'm angry about being kicked out, but what I can't forgive most is how you insulted your husband.
What?
Do you remember what you said about him? That he was useless and an embarrassment?
I was upset. I didn't mean it.
Yes, you did. Those words came from your heart. Your husband was sad that you wouldn't help with his care, but he always blamed himself. He kept saying he was sorry for being a burden to you. And he asked me not to abandon you even after he was gone. He was worried about you until his final moments.
Really?
He loved you despite everything. Even when you couldn't be bothered to spend time with him, he defended you to others.
I didn't know.
How could you? You never cared. That's why I decided to stay with you no matter what, out of respect for his wishes.
Then why are you abandoning me? Are you going against his wishes?
No, your husband also knew that our relationship wasn't good. He told me that if you continued to treat me coldly, I should feel free to cut ties with you.
I don't believe he said that. He would never release you from your duty to me.
It was a request made out of love. Love that you've thoroughly rejected.
How dare he say such a thing?
Even now, you can't help but criticize him, can you? After everything he did for you. But even when you treated me coldly, I never thought of leaving you.
Then why now?
You treated your husband like a nuisance. You called him useless. So, I discussed it with James, and we decided to live separately from you. And this decision will never change.
People say things they don't mean when they're upset.
No, Eleanor, people say what they truly feel when they're upset. The mask slips.
Don't say that. Let's live together again.
Never.
What can I do to make things right? Name your price.
I will never forgive you for trampling on your husband's feelings. Goodbye.
Wait, Sarah, please.
This conversation is over. Don't contact me again. Afterward, Eleanor was shunned by everyone and fell into depression, which actually did affect her physical health. Kevin sold the family home and used the money to place Eleanor in a nursing home, where she now lives. Predictably, no one visits her. Meanwhile, I'm enjoying life in our high-rise. With Eleanor gone from the neighborhood, I feel even more free. My father-in-law's caregiving responsibilities over, I found myself with extra time. So, I've started studying to become a certified caregiver. Going forward, I want to help people like my father-in-law who can't fully move on their own.